happy people. Welcome to Kimbaskrafts. My name is Kim, and if you're new here, hello, welcome. Look how big my hands are. If you are returning, love you guys. Hearts, big hearts to you. Can't fit the whole heart in here. So I'm here with a whip and chat. I haven't done one of these in a very long time, and I hope I remember how to do it. But I am working on my All That Jazz by Oraloa, and I did do a kitten chat with this painting. So if you want to see that, go ahead. There's a full unboxing as well. And yeah, let me just go through what I'm working with here because I know you guys like that stuff. So I am using... This doesn't really match this painting. I guess it kind of does. The two of the, what is it, 3 ABs are blue sparkly ABs. So there you go. But I'm using this on my shine. So I just don't feel like switching back. I'm just gonna be honest. It's just laziness. It's like, and then I have this one that I have wax in to place my ABs if I need it. And then I'm just using this. This came with the kit and it did not have a magnet on the back. And then I placed that magnet there with some crazy glue. And I unboxed these magnets on my channel. I got them from Amazon and they are 10 by 1 millimeter. They're very thin. And so I glued them on a bunch of things I got from Oraloa that didn't have magnets on them, but I was like, these would make really cute cover minders. And so here's the other ones. So they put these 2 seashells in there. So I went ahead and added magnets to them. Aren't they cute? And then also the seahorse. So they gave me this seahorse, and yeah, just threw a magnet on him, and now he's a cutesy pie cover minder. Don't you just love him? This reminds me of SpongeBob. Imagination. Who was Mystical? Wasn't there? What did he name the seahorse? I can't remember, but remember he had a seahorse and then it started causing all this, wreaking all this havoc. But let me just show you, I used this crazy glue. So it was really easy to control because you squeeze these 2 here. I remember when I was younger, my dad getting those little tubes of crazy glue, and that crap got everywhere. It was a mess, and I was really scared to get crazy glue because of those memories. But this is very controlled. You got a screw top tip here, and then yeah, you just squeeze these things and it comes out, and it's very controlled. It doesn't get everywhere, so I really like that. And then here's all the magnets. So I used a few of them. Yeah. All right. Now I will say that they stick fine. They're not like the strongest, but like they certainly do the job holding back this like plastic. No problem. And this pen I also got from Amazon. Both of these pens I got from Amazon. I'm using my DpGalCreations trays. I got, just to go with the theme here, I got my orange and red one. They're my only small and then large tray from her. And then I have my hot pink one, or fuchsia, from her, and that's the medium. So I have all 3 sizes over here. And then for like confetti or just a couple drills, I always use my little gray tray. And then I just have a green boat for trash. And what else am I using? kitted up in my Craftmates. Is that all my things? I think so. I think we're done. We're done that. So yeah, I already cut out the piece. This is the square I'm working on. And I just want to show you guys, like, I keep raving about their square diamonds. No joke. Like, my favorite. Seriously. Look. This is with the light pad on. And we're zoomed in. Look how big my hands are. Look at the spacing. I mean, the light pad is on. Like, that's as high as it gets. Where, like, the gaps, even on the light pad, I'm going to turn it off. It does shut off. There you go. You see nothing, right? Turn it on. Like, hardly any gaps. I'm not kidding you guys. These drills are amazing. I don't know. I feel like these squares are bigger than the other drills, but they just fit together so perfectly, I guess. And they just are so uniform. They're just so pretty. And yeah, I have what? 1, 2, I have 3 other square diamond paintings by them, and I showed you 2 of them. I have another one that I still have to unbox, and then I have 1 round from them. So I've never done a round diamond painting from Oroloa. Very curious to know how that works up. So that'll be probably the next one I unbox for you. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. So how is everybody doing? I hope everybody is doing well. I hope, you know, we've had a good start to this year. And I always do this, and I do this with every company. Like, I always go through and I pick out any ones that look like they have feet or anything like that. Sometimes I can't tell. But yeah, these look good. Okay, so I saw one obvious one. I have to tell you, like, for me and people I know, like, 2023 has been a rough start. I don't know. It's been kind of a rough start, so I'm just hoping, like, we get all the kinks out early in the year and, you know, we have a good rest of the year. But I hope it has been good for everybody else. I feel like, you know, we've been having some even issues in diamond painting, you know, the whole Craftibly thing I'm sure everybody is aware of. I did purchase a couple paintings, and yeah, I'm excited about them too. So we'll definitely be doing an unboxing when that comes out. When they get delivered, I should say. So I hope we were able to help them out enough to keep them around. They're a very good company, and I really enjoy their product. And yeah, I would be very sad for them. You know, if unfortunately, you know, it doesn't go in their favor. So really thinking a lot about them. Like I said, it just seems like a lot of people have had a rough start to 2023. And, you know, I was so excited about this year, really. At my job, like 3 nurses, like at least someone was telling me like 3 people, their homes burnt down in our, maybe not nurses, but like 3 people that work at our hospital. I'm just like, what is going on? And when they told me that, there was a house fire in my neighborhood. My mom just told me, I asked my mom, we drove by it together yesterday. And because we're hardly ever in the car together. But I'll tell you why we were in a second. But yeah, so we just drove by it, and I said to her, what happened to this house? Do you know? Because I've been dying to know. And she told me that they had a brand new car parked in their driveway, and the car like blew up or something and caught their driveway door and part of their garage door and part of their garage on fire. I was like, what? And she said, yeah, and it was like a luxury car. I'm just like, what is happening? Like, I said, thank God it wasn't in the garage. Could you imagine? I know, we have a bedroom right up against the back wall of the garage. I couldn't imagine if something happened in the garage. Like, that's just insane. So, yeah, that was, I'm like, wow, that's awful. But it just seems like, yeah, there's been a lot of rough starts for 2023, and I'm just wanting it to not be that way anymore, please. Just want everyone to have a good year. We've had so many rough years recently. It'd be nice if we could just all have a really nice year. And I knew there was something else I wanted to mention. The Craftibly incident. Oh, and then, I know if you watch Crafting with Shay, she had to sell some of Saban's Cover Minders by Saban, some of her diamond paintings. So please keep Saban in your prayers. I just really hope everything is okay with her. She is such a lovely lady and just so kind. Just breaks my heart. Like, come on, 2023, get your shit together. Seriously. Start being nice to people, please. I'm tired of it. Anyway, yeah. So let's see what else is new. All I'm gonna say is that I'm glad I did not like sit here and lie to you guys and say that I was gonna go on a no buy. I knew that if I said I was gonna go on a no buy, that I would instantly be a liar. So I'm glad I didn't even attempt that. I don't have the discipline that Lizette has at the moment. I mean, and here's the thing. You know how I keep saying, like, I don't really have goals because I'm such a very goal-oriented person that if I say, hey, listen, this is my goal, then, like, I'm going to try my darnest to do that because, like I don't just, if I make it a goal for myself, then, like, I will kind of fight to the death to get that goal to, like, I'm just that type of person. So I did not want to say, like, oh, I have a goal to finish, all of my diamond painting Deutschlands, because, like, I would literally, like, not sleep for days at a time to try to do that. I did that with the advent calendar, and that's why I got burnt out, because I was, like, disappointed in myself for not keeping up and, like, releasing a video a day like an advent calendar is supposed to do. So I was, like, really kind of disappointed in myself. I'm over it, guys. But, like, at the time, like, it was, for me, a hard pill to swallow. And so, I'm the type of person where it's like, I will do everything I can to make a goal. And then if I don't, like, I need a minute. Which is why, like, I didn't even want to film anymore for a little bit because I was, like, disappointed in myself. It can be a good character. What do you call them? Characteristic or personality trait, and it can be an awful one. You know, it can be a hindrance, but I'm aware of it. So that is why I said, I'm not going to give you goals, guys. Like, you know, because I don't want to like kill myself trying to do them. I know like kind of what I hope to achieve this year, and I'm going to leave it at that. Like, I hope to do this, I hope to do that. But once I label it a goal, like, then it's like, you know, like Mortal Kombat. Then I'm standing there like, fight. Like, so yeah, I'm not doing that. But you know, I'm just trying to be aware of what I'm hoping to accomplish this year, and kind of keeping that in mind when I make my next moves, like when I choose my next painting and things like that. I'm gonna have to move you guys because like my forehead wants to like push you out of the way so I can see what I'm doing, and I don't know, I feel like that's aggressive. So I'm gonna move you. Hold on a second, but I don't want to make you sick, so give me a second. Okay, I think that's better. Now I have you guys like above me, so I can't see if my head's going in. I like did a little test to make sure my head doesn't get captured in the camera. So I hope it does not. All right, so let's talk about sex, bait. No, we're not talking about that. No, this is a PG rated video. We are going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? I don't have a list. I didn't write anything down. This is an impromptu, like, I'm going to get some stuff on film here, and I'm going to catch you guys up on the life. These are the days of Kimbaskrafts. Okay, so what do we got going on? I'm going to tell you, my mom took me to acupuncture. So my mom has been insisting that I do acupuncture. She injured her shoulder. Like her medicine cabinet door, glass door, while she was like, I don't know what she was doing, but she was doing something in front of the mirror, and the freaking door, like out of nowhere, just fell on her and fell on her shoulder. Her shoulder caught it, so it didn't fall to the ground and crash and break. So I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, it's a good thing it didn't break, obviously, or shatter around her, but it hurt her shoulder, like pretty bad. And she had to go to physical therapy for it. And she was in a lot of pain. Like she was like me. She couldn't even hold my brother's baby when she was first born, because her shoulder was hurting her. So she went to acupuncture. Now my mom is Korean, and you know, pretty much everyone she goes to, it's from the Korean community. So you know, she goes to a Korean hairdresser. You know, I mean, it's like any, you know, community. So she hears about friends of friends, family members. And so the acupuncturist is Korean, and she went to him. I don't know how many sessions she actually did, but I don't think my mom had like legit frozen shoulder. She had an injury, and she could not move her shoulder like certain ways. And she swears that this acupuncture helped. And so every time I see her and she sees me struggling, like, I'm not like sitting there like, oh my God, I can't. But like, I'm just moving around doing my thing, and my mom just will constantly say to me, Kimberly, you have to go to acupuncture. And I'm just like, all right, Mom, Like, I don't think that's going to help because of my diagnosis, and she's like, no, it helped me, it helped you. And she just like so insistent on it. And I was like, all right, mom. And so, I mean, to the point where she's like, I'll pay. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking your money. Like, you're on a fixed income. And, you know, if I need to work overtime for acupuncture because you insist I do this, I will work overtime for acupuncture. Like, I'm not taking my mom's money. Like, so when she said that, I was like, all right, bet. She swears by this. Like, let me check it out. Let me go give it a shot. And so I said to her, okay. Now, I told her, I'm like, okay, make the appointment. And she's like, I take you first time. So she's taken me, let him know, like, this is my daughter, you know, take care of her, blah, blah, blah. And to show me where it is and stuff, it was kind of hard to find. Well, not hard to find for me because I had her, but if I didn't have her, yeah, I probably would have passed it a few times. So that was very helpful. So we went yesterday and, you know, I'm explaining to him what happened. Now, first of all, this isn't the first time I've had acupuncture. I've talked about it before. But the very first time I had acupuncture, I don't like admitting this. I don't like telling this story. Like, I'm like, Mom, you're suspect because like you do witch doctor-y things. You have like Korean witch doctor-y friends. I'm like, and I'm not going to no witch doctor, acupuncturist. She took me, okay, the very first time I had acupuncture, it was because I had this knot. I still have it. It's just always going to be there. Like, it's a part of my body now. It's like, I'm never going to complain about my knot again because I feel like my obsession with my knot and like over massaging it and working at it, it's like, it's on the right, like around the right side scapula, and the right side is where I got frozen shoulder. And I went to acupuncture a few times for this knot and my lat. And not too long after that, I'm not saying acupuncture did this, but I'm saying, like, I don't know, my fixation on this knot and like all the therapies that I had trying to get rid of it, I feel like maybe like hyper focused on my shoulder. And I don't know. I'm just like never going to complain about my knot again. It's my second head is what I'm going to say. Okay. So anyway, I went to acupuncture for it like years ago. And my mom was like, oh, my friend does acupuncture. And, you know, I have to question my mom because, like, you know, she's curious. Like, well, the whole witch doctor-y thing. I think I told you guys, like, she fed me dirt when tried to. But I was like, no, that's a ball of dirt. Like, some kind of, like, Korean mixture of minerals and herbs and stuff. And she's like, good, it's good for you. I'm like, no. Like, it straight up looked like and smelled like a ball of dirt. And I'm like, I'm not eating that. So anyway, so ever since then, I joke with my mom. I'm like, you're a witch doctor. Like... And so she tells me, so I ask her, I'm like, are they like certified? Like, well, how do they like, you know, what, you know, the needles, are they like one-time use? Like, I'm asking her all these questions and she's like, yeah, she's sort of like, you know, telling me she's legit, this and that. So I say to her, okay, let's go. You know, I'll go check her out. Dude, you want to know where we rolled up? We rolled up to a freaking laundry mat. No joke. Okay. And I'm just like, what are we doing here? And she's like, oh, this is where she, you know, this is where she, yo, I'm in the back, like getting acupuncture. Customers are coming in, dropping off their dry cleaning. Like, stop. No, it wasn't a laundry mat. I'm sorry. It was a dry cleaners. And I was like, I was so scared and like uncomfortable. Like it was like not a good feeling. And I'm just like, I'm gonna die of sepsis from these needles. Like, I don't know what's going on right now. And so, yeah. After that, needless to say, like, I've been very hesitant to, like, go to my mom's witch doctor friends and, like, have therapies done on my body. So I was like, well, where's the office and this and that? And she's like, it's in a medical building. I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yo, you remember when Daddy went to go here, there? And I'm like, oh, yeah, they're all offices back there. So, like, I did a little research beforehand, and it was like a legit office. It was nice. So I did have acupuncture yesterday, and all I can say is right now, I haven't tried like severely stretching it out or anything yet. I woke up, I made a cup of coffee, I came out here, and we're doing this. I plan on later, like after a hot shower, you know, doing my stretches and stuff like that. And we'll see if I gained anything out of it. And I'm also aware it's day one and, you know, I'm sore. I'm very sore. It was not comfortable. It was not fun. Like, he put all these needles in me, which of course I knew was going to happen because, hey, it's acupuncture and that's what they do. And then he hooked me up to, you know, it's called E-stim. So they put these like clamps, like these like claws onto the needle, and it generates these pulses. And yeah, I was on the table, and he gave me a button to call him in if, you know, if it became too painful or whatever. So again, my personality, like, I'm like, I am not calling you in. I can do this. I called his ass in. I was like, yo. Okay, let me explain, though. Let me explain why. Let me explain why I did that. Okay, because, like, I'm not a punk. Okay, I have a very high pain tolerance. So he's, like, shoving these needles in me. You okay? You okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. And most of them, honestly, didn't hurt. There was a couple of them, like, as he pushed them in, I felt a tinge of pain because, you know, I don't know if he hit like a nerve or whatever, but it was going in, you know, into the deep muscle. So there was really, honestly, out of all of them, and I don't know how many he put in me, I want to say probably like 12 to 15 needles. Only a few of them hurt. Only a few of them, like I know one of them in my lat was not happy. So, but overall, like, yeah, it was not painful. And then he started the E-stim, and, it wasn't painful at first, but like you're sitting there, and I was on my side because he had to put the needles in the front, on the side of the delt, and then like really like all around my shoulder cap and my delt, and then in the back and on my lat. So, you know, I'm laying on my side and I'm getting these electrical pulses like into the muscle, and they're contracting. So essentially, like, it's almost like they're lifting weights, right? Like they're like contracting. And after a while, you know, those couple needles that were not quite that happy to begin with, they really started to get sore. So he told me, you know, we'll do this for about 15 minutes. And I was like, okay. And then I could hear him getting busy. Like, I kept hearing his door open. It would like ring a bell. And I could hear he was getting busy. Like, a lot of people were showing up, and I could hear doors opening and closing. He's putting them in different patient rooms and stuff. And he comes in, And he says, you know, are you okay? And because like, I'm not a punk, I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And he was like, okay, another 15 minutes. And I was like, huh? He's like, okay. And I was just like, all right, so you're straight up challenging me. Like, you're like double dog daring me right now. And I get it. So I was like, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I got this. And, yeah, I swear it was longer than 15 minutes. I was watching the clock. I was trying, he told me to keep my phone with me. So like I tried putting on Adele because like I just wanted to like, I wanted some chill music. And that wasn't working. So then I was trying to text, but I can't, my phone is too big and heavy to hold and text with one hand. And my other arm, the one that was my right arm that had all the fixtures on it and stuff, it was like really honestly worthless. I couldn't even pick it up or move it to, with all the electrical impulses happening and the needles hanging out of it. Like I couldn't even pick it up to like swipe at my phone. So, so then I was trying to watch a YouTube video, and after like, I swear, at least 16 minutes, I was like, where is this guy? Oh my God, you know? And so I had to push the button. I tapped out. I did. I tapped out. I was like, all right, you win. You win, you crazy man. You got this. So he came in and I was like, yeah, it's getting a little sore. And like, honestly, at that point, I don't know. I guess this is how like claustrophobic people feel. Like I just wanted to rip everything off and just like get it off of my body. So he took it off real quick. He stopped all the stim, got all the needles out, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, then he did a little, he called it a certain like Chinese massage. He did a little massage around the area and my neck and stuff, which was nice, really, like, especially after everything, you know. And then he taped it up with, I think it's called kinesio tape or something like that. You see athletes wearing that stuff all the time now. So he taped all around my shoulder. He's like, you can shower with it, keep it on for 2 days. So, and that's how it's still taped up. So we'll see if it helped. I'm praying that it did. You know, it's not cheap. It's $60, but one thing is, it's $60. The last guy I saw, he was like 100 and something a session for acupuncture. So this was much more reasonable, and you know, it was exactly the same service. So and you know, you don't tip them because they're essentially like doctors, you know. I had asked you guys, remember? And you guys were like, no, I don't think you tip. Well, I asked my mom too. I was like, do I have to tip him? And she's like, no, he's a doctor. He was wearing scrubs and everything. The other guy, he would wear jeans and he just looked like a regular dude. And I don't know. I always felt weird when I was leaving. Like he was like wondering if I was going to tip him or not. Let's put it this way. I got the feeling that if I were to throw him a few bucks, he wasn't going to say no. You know, like, no, I'm a doctor. So I felt weird because I'm just like, well, no, dude, you're not getting a tip from me because, like, I'm not starting that with you. Plus, he was like $100 and some. So I didn't feel weird at all. Like, I could tell this guy, this Korean guy, he would have been like, oh, no, no tip. Like, he was in straight up scrubs. So, yeah, I didn't feel funny not tipping him because I could tell he would not want it. So anyway, that was my experience. And when we got home, I pulled back up into my driveway and I looked at my mom and I was like, well, Thank you for not taking me to another laundry, or thank you for not taking me to another dry cleaners. And she started cracking up. She knows I tease her all the time. I love my mom so much. And she just started laughing. And so, yeah, we'll see how that works. So she made me make another appointment. So I have another appointment for next Friday. And he told my mom, because of course, like, she's out in the waiting room and they speak Korean. So they were like talking to each other, and he told her, like, I waited too long. Like, you know, I should have came to do this like much earlier. So I'm just like, okay, I don't know. Like, I don't think that's ultimately gonna be the reason why if this does not work, doesn't work, you know. But, you know, I'm excited to try something new, give it a shot. So that's what I did yesterday, and I'm back to work tonight. What do you think about these drills, guys? Aren't they lovely? I just love them. So I always do my ABs last. So let's do this one. Okay, so as you know, I'm from New Jersey, and I am from New Jersey, the Jersey side that, you know, over here, we're all Eagles fans. So if you follow or know anything about football, you know the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. So everybody's super hyped and excited about that. And, you know, Philadelphia fans don't have the best reputation and are known for just being a little outrageous. So my boss sent out, who's like such a crazy Eagles fan. It's ridiculous. Like, he will be definitely partying and doing all the things. No doubt, like an insane Eagles fan. And but he sent out a blast asking, you know, if anyone wanted to work for bonus on Super Bowl, because the anticipation is, you know, after the game, we're going to have an influx of in the ER. Like, not even kidding you. Like, they're expecting the ERs to get flooded with drunks and all the things. So I picked up. I'm like, yeah, sure, give me some of that. No, I picked up because after next week, I'm gonna be on leave for a little bit for Bob's surgery. So I'm like, oh, missed a couple. Let me get some money while I can. And so, yeah, a couple, geez, oh man, a couple hundred. I'm gonna have to go get more drills. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing my first overtime shift, I think this year, maybe, I don't know. It's only for 8 hours, but the kicker is that I have to work the next 2 nights. So it's almost like 3 in a row, but it's not quite, because it's only 8 hours, the overtime shift. So there's that. And then I don't know what else. What else? So if you guys watch my girl Debbie over at the Crafty Diamond, she talked about how we've been having Zoom calls. So fun. So fun. Yeah, my girls, Debbie and Angie. So Angie over Angie Paints with Diamonds. Go check out their channels if you have not. Yeah, they're my girls, and we've been carving out some time here and there to hop on a Zoom call. And we're doing the J Wall along, which is in April and May. And so initially it was like, hey, maybe we can Zoom call to talk about all this stuff, because we are constantly messaging each other. And, you know, it ended up, you know, we talked more about everything else and a little, and then we were like, okay, we were on the call for like almost 3 hours, guys. And like 2.5 hours in, I was like, I gotta go because like I'm starving and I want to wake Bob up because Bob was sleeping and he had to work that night and I want to feed him. Or no, he did not have to work that night. But he was sleeping so much that day, he hardly ate. And I was like, I want to get him up and I want to get some food in him, or he's just going to sleep till tomorrow morning and not eat dinner. Like, so, you know, then we were scrambling to talk about all the things because we just talked so much. Like, get 3 women on a Zoom call and see what you get done. But yeah, it was so much fun. We diamond painted, and so we were like, we have to do this again, and we did. And it was more a social call than it was like that one. We, you know, went into it with the intentions of it being a social call. And it's so much fun getting to know these ladies. Yeah, I really am enjoying the friendship and the camaraderie and the diamond painting with someone. So we were just working on our paintings together. And so, yeah, when we finally did end that first Zoom call, I like went in and I opened up the fridge and I'm like, okay, I don't see any meat. Like, I don't see any meat to make. What am I going to make him for dinner? And I like went and I found this huge jar of spaghetti sauce. So I put a pot of water on for pasta, and I go and I wake him up and I'm like, listen, you need to eat. But he's like, what time is it? I'm like, it's 10 o'clock. It was 10 o'clock at night, guys. Yeah. So he was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, yeah, you need to get up and eat something. Like, you can't just, you know, you didn't eat enough today. So he's like, all right, well, what are we having? And I'm like, I called it. I was like, we're having prison spaghetti. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, prison spaghetti. There's no meat. There's no garlic bread. Like, it's just straight up sauce and spaghetti, and I'm starving. And yeah, that's what we're making. And he was like, okay, sounds good to me. So, you know, I make it, we sit down to eat, and let me tell you, I don't know if it was, it wasn't that it could have been that I was so hungry. I don't think it was, though. I was like, damn, this is the best spaghetti I ever had. And I mean, he even said he was starving too, because like I said, he hardly ate all day. And he was like, this is really good. I mean, it was so good. It was just like the Prego traditional sauce. Nothing else. Nothing. I just like literally put it in a pot, heated it up, threw it on the spaghetti. And yeah, we chowed down. And I was like, this is awesome. And I was like, who would have thought prison spaghetti is so good? So I've been craving that ever since. Like, I honestly, I don't want to eat that too much, because like it's all carbs. Like, you know how I am. You got to have some protein in there. And there's literally zero protein. So I am going to make spaghetti today again. But I have some 96% fat-free ground beef. And we're going to throw some of that in there. But yeah, that prison spaghetti. Just traditional Prego sauce. So good. I was just thinking, I'm like, I hope I'm recording because that would really be horrible. So I did another unboxing for Oroloa, but this was a painting that I did purchase. This was not a promo for me to show you guys. And it was gorgeous. If you guys didn't see it, hop on my Merdadita Oroloa unboxing. She's lovely. She's absolutely stunning. I am really excited about that painting. And yeah, I really would like to, my idea is, so I think I'm part of the Oroloa tribe. Yeah, I'm finally part of a tribe. So excited. And I'm excited also because I really love their product. Like, I think that it is a superb, like, really high quality product. And I'm going to try to like have an Oroloa working on an Oroloa, you know, throughout the year. So we'll see how that goes. You know, there's so many paintings that I want to do, but I'm going to give it a shot. So even if it means it's like my background painting, because, you know, I'm not doing it for an event like this one. This one's my background painting. Like, I'm not doing this for an event, although it does qualify. All that jazz, my jazz player here, he qualifies for DP for Black History Month. I certainly can do that, this painting for that. But yeah, if he didn't qualify, then this would have been considered like a background painting. So yeah, I really, really love their stuff and really excited about that painting I just unboxed. Check it out, guys. She's so beautiful. And I really feel like I love their rendering style. Like, just love their rendering style. So I think it is going to look absolutely gorgeous. So let me know what you guys think in the comments about her. If you, or in this video, in that video, if you saw that video and you didn't comment and you want to throw it down here, let me know. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. I just think she's so lovely. And yeah, what else we got? I got my curtains up. Not all of the windows, but Bob hung the curtains on the small windows. I actually bought the curtains for the big window behind me, but I didn't buy the rod. Odd, isn't it? And my only guess is that maybe I didn't buy the rod because I wanted to see them before I bought the rod and then measure the window. I don't even know. I don't know what my problem was. But Bob's like, keeps telling me, will you buy that rod? Because, you know, he knows that I get uncomfortable at night being in here. Like I'm in we call it my fishbowl. Living in a fishbowl. I don't know, what is that, Pink Floyd? So, yeah, he keeps telling me, will you buy your curtain already? So, a curtain rod already? So I gotta buy that, and then we can hang the rest. And then I'll show you guys, I'll just do a quick, like, around the room and show you my curtains. They are pink. And, yeah, I think they added, and it's a nice touch in here. I think they look really pretty. And I don't think that's it. I think that's all my updates for now. Oh, no. Oh, let me tell you about my toilet fiasco. So I told you how both my toilets broke. Yeah, and Bob called a plumber and he was like $2,200 to replace the two toilets. So Bob was explaining to me how, you know, back in the day before everything like literally cost an arm and a leg, like you had to go sell plasma just to freaking live. It used to be if you bought your toilet for $150, they charged you $300 to put it in. So that's why he was like, just pick out 2 cheap toilets and I'm going to have him put it in, because he really thought it wouldn't be more than like $600 or something like that. So he's like, I don't know where they're getting these prices now. This is crazy. Like, they're just like making stuff up. Like, and I said, so I called my brother and he said, like, that's crazy. I'll do it for free. And so my brother, so Bob ended up texting him and saying, hey, listen, you think we could just repair these toilets rather than like worry about swapping them out for now? He's like, I just thought it would be like cheap enough and all that with the plumber. He's like, but, and my brother's like, yeah, we can, I can just fix them, no problem. So he came over. Now my brother came over and he had to bring the baby with him because he was watching the baby that day. Obviously, she's not even 1. So she doesn't go to school. They don't put her in daycare. My mom watches her on the days that my brother and his wife work. My mom watches her. And then on the days that my brother's off, you know, he watches her. So he had to bring her over. And she fell asleep in the car on the way. She's never been to my house. She's not even 1 yet. And so she's never been to my house. And she is afraid of strangers. So she doesn't know me very well. She does know me because, you know, of course I've been around, but she doesn't know me. So she always has to like re-warm up around me. And so when he first walked in, my mom was going to come over and, you know, help me watch her because we knew she was going to freak out, you know. So he ended up showing up first and he was like, oh, where's mom? And I said, she's not here yet. And so the baby was asleep. Now, the plan was the guys were going to go to Lowe's to get the parts. Like, my brother had to look at the toilet and figure out what he actually needed to fix them. So she's sleeping in her car seat and he's like showing me her diaper bag and he's like, okay, here's the milk. It's warmed. This and that. And before he even gets through the diaper bag, we all of a sudden we hear this high-pitched screaming. We look over. She's awake in the car seat. She doesn't know where she is. She's scared to death. You know, no one's around her. She's in this strange place. Like, I don't blame her for freaking out. It's like, where the heck am I? And so he goes over. He gets her out. She's like crying. Then she sees me. And she's just like, okay, strange place, strange people, what the heck? She starts crying harder, you know, and then she sees Bob. She starts crying harder. And, like, he literally couldn't put her down or, like, give her to me. So he could not look at, he didn't even get a chance to look at the toilets yet. And he's like, thank God she woke up before I left. I said, yeah, you're not kidding. So we called my mom because we're like, where are you? And thank God we did. She's like literally 2 blocks away from me. We live in the same retirement community. And so she's like, oh, I thought he was bringing her here. We're like, no, you know. So she's like, I'll be right there. So she hops in the car. She drives over. As soon as the baby sees my mom, she's like so happy. She's like, oh. So then she's like all over my mom and she starts, you know, like looking at me and touching my face. And so she's like, okay, you're friendly. And, you know, now she let me hold her. So yeah, she warmed up very quickly. As soon as she saw my mom, she was like, oh, we're in a safe place. Like, it was really cute. So the boys, they go look at the toilets and they're like, all right, we got to go to Lowe's. We'll be right back. And so my mom's like, oh, I'm going to cook everybody lunch. So she had these ribs marinating at her house. So she calls her husband and she's like, hey, can you drop off the ribs here so I can make them for everyone? So he does. And after he does that, you know, he couldn't stick around because he's in a bowling league. So he took off. So I call my son and I'm like, hey, I have Bella here. Bella's the baby. Mom's about to cook some ribs. And he's like, I'll be over. He said, you don't have to say anything else. I'll be over. So he hops in his car. He starts coming over. Now it's like a huge family reunion, right? Now all of a sudden, like, it's like, so he's on his way because he had school. He's in school for computers. Doing fabulous. I'm so proud of him. He had like a 90. I'm sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, but you know, when you start talking about your kids, you can't help it. He got like a 96% on the first semester. So very proud of him. He's like a computer genius. So no doubt in my mind he was going to do well. But anyway, so he's on his way over. My mom goes into the kitchen. She's like, watch the baby. She starts cooking these ribs. And I'm like, I'm on my hands and knees. I'm following this baby around. Now, my kids are 23 and 21. My daughter's going to turn 22 this year. So it's been quite some time since I've crawled around, you know, after a baby. And so I'm like crawling around and I'm just like looking at everything and like, I'm just like, this place is a death trap. I'm just like, oh my God, that corner could rip her eye out. That corner could rip her eye out. She could pull that down on her. I'm like crawling around, following around, like, oh, don't touch that. Don't touch that. Like, everything terrified me. Let me tell you, the boys were gone for, I want to say, they said like 45 minutes, but I felt like it was 2 hours. I'm not even kidding you. I was exhausted. Crawling around after this baby, like making sure, you know, nothing fell on her and stuff. And they came back and I was like, where the heck did you guys go? Like, and Bob's like, we've been gone for like 45 minutes. I'm like, no, had to have been at least an hour and a half, like at least. And he's like, no, Kim, it was not an hour and a half. And my mom's like, my mom is like in her 70s. And I said, and she watches this baby alone. I'm like, I don't know how you do it. I'm like, I'm like, Mom, how much more you got to cook? Because I'm so tired. I need to take a nap. And I was not kidding, guys. I wanted to take a nap. I was so tired. I was like, so as soon as she was done cooking, she came over and, you know, she took the baby and I like curled up on my reclining sofa and like I literally could have fallen asleep. I was exhausted. I was like, I don't know how people do this. It's been a while. So, yeah, but I got up. My brother's like, hey, can I get a cup of coffee? I'm like, yeah, I think I need one too. So I made us each a cup of coffee. And then by that time the ribs were done. So we all ate and my son shows up and yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. And let me tell you, God bless my brother. It took a lot longer than he was expecting. Bob had to run out to Lowe's again for more parts. It ended up taking, what did it take? It ended up taking like 4 hours at least. You know, he was there all day on his day off pretty much. But the baby had a blast. She did. She had so much fun here. You know, and she loved Bob. Bob has such a way with kids. He really does. And I took some videos. I sent them to my aunt of her playing with like something and like making noise. I just love babies when they make noise. They're so cute. Oh my God. But yeah, we had a lot of fun. We did. We had a lot of fun. And it was so nice, like just having all the family around and everybody, you know, just enjoying each other's company. So, and ultimately, Bob said we spent like $100 on both toilets. So, but 4 hours of labor, like he saved us a lot of money. So yeah, but they're fixed. Now we have 2 properly working toilets, and yeah, we're living life now. We're living large. But I think that's it. I think that's all the things that's happened to me, you know, since I last talked to you guys. I'm going to be kitting up some kits, and I'll be showing you, you know, that I worked on de-kitting my Josephine wall to get those compartments ready for my next Josephine wall from Diamond Painting Deutschland. And yeah, I'll show you that as well. I didn't record it, but I'm going to go over what I did and show you my kit down process and how I ended up making the Josephine wall kit down box. So yeah, I'm going to keep those separate, and I'll explain why and everything when I do that video. So I'm very happy with how everything came out. And yeah, I'm kind of like on a kit down kick. Yeah. So I started working on one of my square kick downs, because you know the box that I did with you guys was strictly my rounds. But I ran out of a lot of supplies. So I'm waiting for an order to come so I can finish doing some more of the square box organizing. And then we'll go ahead and kit down something together in that as well. Or at least from now on, you'll be seeing me kit down for the most part. All right, guys. I think I did a decent amount here, huh? You know, I really let me get to the ABs, because the ABs are amazing in this kit. They're so beautiful. Let me do one of the ABs. I'm gonna do this U-turn symbol. I'm trying to like, my stomach is trying to growl very viciously because I've been up for a minute and I'm on my second cup of coffee and I haven't eaten yet. So it's like, yo, feed me. But look at these ABs, guys. Look at them. Like, I don't know why I feel like these squares are like bigger than all the others. I just feel like they're so uniform, and then they just have that, oh, excuse my stomach. They have that appearance. Aren't they gorgeous? Let me see if I have, now let me pop in a couple of, where's the T? This one. These are beautiful. Look at these. I'm obsessed with this color. Of course, the tag got ripped off. I have to look. Let me see. It's 995 AB. But this, let's see if this clicks. Isn't that so satisfying? That click? You get one there. Yes. They just love each other, these drills. I love it. just wanted to show you the ABs real quick. I think that's all I have for you guys today. I did a lot of this square with you, huh? I'm doing the U-turns. I gotta remind myself sometimes. So I'm almost finished this square. Now normally I would not be doing an AB right now. I would still be finishing up all the other colors before I would pull the AB out. Oops. Yeah, we're doing the U-turn. But now that I have them out, I'm going to finish them, you know. Just wanted to show you how gorgeous they are, how shiny and big and beautiful they are. But they got the grid and the uniformity of these drills down beautifully. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, I'm almost done this square with you guys. I almost finished this whole square with you guys. If my stomach wasn't acting like freaking velociraptor, is that what they're called? I would just finish the square with you guys, but like it is, there's like a hurricane going on in there. Whoops. We're gonna do, I think I've done this color now. Look at that. Isn't this so beautiful? And the spacing. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign off. That's all I have for you today. If you like this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up on the way out. If you want to see more from me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the family and friends here at Kimbaskrafts. I would love to have you. I'm going to add a picture of this finished square right here in the corner. I don't know where I'm pointing. I can't see. In the corner, in the corner. Okay. All right, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Keep diamond painting.